Welcome to Loud on Set. My name is Austin.
I'm Jonah.
And this is day 11 of Podmas. 11 out of 12. We're almost there. We're right up against, we're right there. We can do this.
We're so close.
We're so close, and we have a really good episode for you guys today. So we hope you enjoy.
Ho, 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 Merry Podmas.
Santa Claus. Love him or hate him.
The Tim Allen Santa Claus movies. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
So those are some
I
interesting
did
movies.
start the episode by saying the Santa Claus.
You did? Oh.
No, that's not. I don't really.
No. Okay.
No,
I was
no.
gonna say.
I
was
don't
gonna
mess
have to
with.
disown you.
I don't mess with Tim Allen's Santa Claus.
Okay.
that heavy.
Okay. I don't either. I
Okay.
think it's so goofy. But like it's not even like it's not like a
good
fun goofy. Yeah.
It's kind of like.
Yeah. So like, how do we want to just like go right in and then like
Yeah.
explain? Or
Yeah.
I have like three.
Okay.
I think I have one that like dominates the rest.
Okay.
But I don't know. Would you just have just one?
I really kind of just have one in mind because he for me he's like the Santa I'm most familiar with in film, the one I grew up with.
Yeah.
Am I good to?
I mean, I was gonna say maybe you could like also talk about some other ones that you appreciate as well.
Surely.
Yeah. So I mean, let's just go right in. You start.
Okay. So Santas I appreciate. Now I'm like, what's a Santa Claus? I've never seen a movie with Santa in it because I distinctly had one in mind.
Yeah. No.
Let's see here. Why am I drawing a blank?
Just
Okay.
start with your one.
So my favorite movie Santa ever
Yes.
is the Santa from Elf. I think he's
Really?
yeah. I think. Why do you look at me like that?
I just
Okay.
I'm trying to remember.
Remember what I said a few Podmases ago that a Santa should be gentle but firm?
Yeah.
I think this is like the broad encompassment of what I meant because he's
Okay.
like when he's dealing with like children, he's a very friendly Santa and he like wants to
I see
get
what you're
across the
saying.
spirit of Christmas. But when he's dealing with like idiots,
Yeah.
like Buddy's dad,
Okay.
he's kind of like stern. And
Yeah, I like that.
we've got business to get to. So
That's
that's
good. I
kind of
see.
like yeah.
I see. Is that like the only reasoning for that?
No, I think Ed Asner is a really good Santa Claus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to like think back and remember.
Mhm.
No, Elf. I mean, like, I don't know. I always thought Elf was like a good movie, like growing up, but I don't know. I just don't think it hits as much as it used to for me, anyways.
Yeah. It's kind of a Home Alone situation where
Yeah.
I've seen it too much.
Yeah, for sure. But dude, have you seen the at Home Depot? They have like the
Yeah.
Buddy the Elf animatronic,
No.
bro, and it is scary.
What?
It is scary. He goes, Santa, but like
Pod investment?
dude, his eyes are like far apart,
Are
and
they-
he's just like he's creepy.
Yeah, and lifeless and Uncanny Valley.
Okay, buddy. No,
Okay.
this one's more of like he's going to kill me type of situation
Yeah, that's fair.
that we have for Buddy the Elf.
Mhm.
No, but I get what you're saying with that Santa.
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted me to just jump in. I'm gonna jump into some honorable mentions.
Jump into a.
These can honestly go in any order.
Mhm.
But the two honorable mentions are both movies that I've only seen this year.
Oh, okay. So I know what one of them is then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But continue.
All right. So
Oh wait, I know what the other one is. now,
you
too.
recommended
Yeah.
Klaus.
Yeah.
And okay, so here's the thing. Is the reason I also didn't put this at number 1
Mm-hmm.
is because I don't know if you want to technically count it as actual Santa.
Because it's kind of a different character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the whole premise, the way I saw it, is like this is the dude that Santa was based off of. You know, that's like that's the way my brain processed it.
It's like Santa's favorite Santa.
Yeah, honestly, dude, that movie, it was so good.
I haven't seen it since it
It
came
was
out.
so good.
Yeah.
It holds up. It's like heartwarming. It's funny. The animation style is really unique, and I
Mhm.
love it. He's just like I kind of like similar to what you were saying. Like he's like a gentle giant
Yeah,
almost.
for sure.
Is the way I see it in that movie. But I'm gonna not Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna. I definitely know what your second one is.
Dude.
Let me preface it by saying, if I had thought we were going to be discussing this movie on this pod, I would have brought him up as an honorable mention. He's just
I don't
that
think
good.
you know what I'm talking about then.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you not talking about Red One?
Oh no, I am.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, holy smokes.
What? Holy smokes is right. What a Santa.
Okay, this is another reason I didn't put this one at number one, because it's like both of these honorable mentions are like not your traditional Santa Claus.
For sure.
But I think that J.K. Simmons, for the little that he was in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
he adds like such an interesting like aspect to the Santa Claus character.
Yeah,
like almost, I mean, like he's badass. Let's be honest.
let's be real.
He's sick. But also like, I don't want to say this, but like I was gonna say grounded in reality, but that makes no sense at all.
I mean,
It's more. It gives more explanation to the questions you have, which I think could also be a bad thing for Santa if you want to keep some of that mystery.
But they do it very well.
But they do it very well,
Yeah.
and it's not your traditional Santa Claus where he's big and fat.
Right. He's jacked. He's
Yeah.
cut. It's crazy.
No, but like it works.
No, it so does. Yeah.
And I you do keep some of that mystery throughout the movie because he's gone. You only see him for such a short period of time.
He's zonked out.
Yeah, no, he's gone for such a short period of time, and you hear the way people talk about him. He's like, this is the only guy that can do this job.
Yeah.
He's the one.
He was like bred to do this. Is like
Yeah,
how they describe it.
he's the one. He's like the red one.
What are you, some kind of red one?
No, dude. I don't know. Dude, I know I'm not trying to like glaze this movie again
Yeah.
because we
already did that.
Yeah, we did that
for like
before.
a half hour.
But no, I really don't even know.
No, he's a great Santa. I love that he has like lore. Like
Yeah.
like the little detail that there are certain cookies he doesn't like, and then that's how they find out who the
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like Santa doesn't like macarons.
Like, what other movie do you get that?
Yeah,
in?
what Santa loves every cookie. He likes every type of cookie in every movie.
Mhm.
But in this movie, there's little intricate details. Like,
Do we want to talk maybe before or after my number one pick? Do we want to talk about the Santa Claus movie?
yeah, let's do that.
Before or after? What do you think?
Let's do it before and build anticipation.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the Santa Claus.
How many have you seen?
Saw the first one. No,
I've seen the first.
I
and
have, like,
second. I think there's a third one, but I don't.
I have like fever dream memories of being a child and watching the second and third.
Is the third the one with Jack Frost?
I don't remember.
Because I have like inklings in my brain.
The only thing I remember about either of the sequels is I think one scene takes place in a gym at nighttime. That's like one.
Oh, it's oddly specific.
I know. That's like where the fever dream aspect of my memory
Yeah.
comes in. It's like this is way too oddly specific and like liminal spacing.
For sure. Yeah, no. So I remember these movies being really bad. I don't know if they were released in theaters, but they
were.
they
Unfortunately,
really feel like a made-for-TV like Nickelodeon special. That's like the vibe it gives off.
yeah.
And I just think Tim Allen is not the guy.
Oh,
He
he's
is
so not.
not the guy to play Santa.
He's possibly the least like charismatic actor ever.
Well, I do think they added an interesting aspect to the Santa Claus character in a way, because like from what I remember, he hasn't always been Santa, right? This is a new role that he's picking
He
up.
accidentally kills Santa or whatever.
Yeah,
and now
yeah,
he has
yeah.
to replace Santa. Yeah.
I feel like that concept for a film could be a lot funnier,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't really play into that.
Because Tim Allen is such a mean guy in like every movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he worked for like voicing Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah,
that works.
Buzz
'cause-
Lightyear's kind of a cocky little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that works. But
Mhm.
like Santa Claus,
Nah.
and maybe that's like kind of the point, is this guy's like not really
Clearly not fit.
he's
to
not
be
fit.
Santa.
Yeah. And I like that. I like the concept of him like getting fat and then like he tries to shave his beard and it just grows back instantly.
Yeah.
I do think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I just think the premise is just like really mid. There definitely doesn't need to be three of them.
Oh no! Like that.
I don't think
premise
there even
was
needed to be a
stretched out
second
in
one.
the first movie.
Because
Let's
like
be
the whole
real.
point that's like makes the first one even somewhat interesting is like this dude is not meant to play Santa,
Mm-hmm.
and like he accidentally killed Santa, so now he has to deal
Right. Yeah.
with those consequences,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of mentioned in my Santa Claus origin story
Yeah.
that we talked about.
Yeah. Has to deal with the...
where we're kind of like he's burdened with this role. But mine was a little darker.
Yes, yours was like
mine was like bro is stuck in this loop forever, and he's now immortal, and he has to do this forever.
Speaking of Tim Allen Christmas movies, can
Oh,
I
dear.
bring up a contender for worst Santa Claus before you get into your number one?
Oh,
Worst
go for it.
Santa.
I think Tim Allen's Santa Claus.
Well, have you seen Christmas with the Cranks?
I have not.
Okay. In the movie, it's a long story, but basically they have like 3 hours to set up a party for their daughter who's coming home.
Yeah.
And while the mom is at the store shopping, she runs into this dude. And she doesn't know where he's met her, but like he knows her and like her daughter's name. So it's weird. It's one of those weird awkward things like, how does this guy know me and I don't remember him? And it's supposed to be like a funny bit. But it's revealed at the end of the movie that this guy is Santa Claus, and instead of like a sleigh, he uses like a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh.
And I like I feel mean for saying this, but part of the reason he's such a bad Santa is he's kind of like a little creep. Like he's just a weird look.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like Santa at all.
Super side note.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's a guy in our city that drives around Christmas time? I haven't seen him this year, but I saw him last year and the year before. He's like a larger, heavier set guy with white hair, big bushy beard, and he drives around in a bright red Beetle, like with Santa attire.
I have not seen this.
Dude, I saw him at Target last year.
Yeah.
Bro, I was walking into Target and I see him and he's like, he waves at me. He's like, "Merry Christmas!"
That's crazy.
And I'm like, bro, this guy is Santa.
This guy has no social anxiety.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, back to really quick.
Yeah.
Not trying to glaze red one again.
Oh boy.
But I do. What was I gonna say?
Sorry, I didn't mean to like offset the conversation.
No. You're good. I'm trying to remember exactly what I was gonna say. It had something to do kind of. I don't know. I forgot. Anyways,
I forgot.
I'm going to now say my number one pick.
I don't even. Okay, here's my favorite Christmas movies. Don't have Santa as a character.
Yeah,
So
I get
can't
that.
even-
I get that. Yeah.
I can't even picture what your number one would be. And as soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, of course. But
Okay. Hold on.
is this a cringe answer?
It could potentially be,
Oh my goodness.
but you have to bear with me here. Okay.
Bear with me here.
Right there. The bear is right there.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's a video of like a chronically online guy going like, "Bear with me here," or should I say wolf? And then he's got like wolf.
I have seen that.
Okay, yeah.
I have seen that.
I was sure you had seen it.
Okay. I'm gonna preface what makes a good Santa in
Go
a
for
movie before I say
Please.
my number one. Right.
Oh my gosh. So you're gonna like lay out all these rules and then just drop the worst Santa on me?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, go for it. Go.
Okay. I think for Santa to be good in a movie, I don't think you should see too much of him because you got to keep that mystery. It's almost a similar thing in like horror movies.
Oh my
When
god.
hold on.
Oh
Hold-
my god.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Hold on. Let me talk. Okay.
Go.
So you know how like in horror movies, like the whole point of like the thing that makes the monster scary is the anticipation of the monster.
Not
monster,
actually
right?
seeing the monster.
I think
yeah.
it goes the same way for Santa.
Oh my gosh.
Because, dude, you're trashing on me.
Microphone down.
I think the thing that makes a good Santa is you keep some of that mystery, especially because he's like more of a children's character as well. Is you want to keep that almost sense of disbelief. I think a Santa should also be like soft and gentle, like you were saying, but also like stern to adults. I like that as well. And I think.
Guess? Is your Santa Claus from the Polar Express? Dude.
Okay.
That's okay. Real.
Hold
fair.
on. He is okay. He's not really like in the movie a whole lot.
Yeah.
And the whole premise of the movie is building around getting to like meet Santa Claus. And you only see him at the end for like such a short period of time. And yes, he's voiced and acted by Tom Hanks, and I am not saying Tom Hanks is a good Santa because I think if you played him in live action, he'd do a horrible job.
Well, yeah,
I think the only reason it worked is because there was very minimal, like, dialogue there,
probably.
and Santa had this aura around him. No, I'm not joking. You can go back and watch the Polar Express. This dude is actually like. I'm not saying like he's.
Emanating aura.
I'm not saying like, oh, he's glowing. I'm like, dude, he's actually there's light emitting off of him.
He's him.
He is, and I think the thing that like maybe makes it work for me more is because when we talked about this in the Polar Express pod, is the fact that everything's a little dreamlike, and because like the character of Santa Claus is like a fairy tale, and it just kind of almost seems like a dream sequence.
Yeah.
That then maybe that makes it feel a little bit more magical. You know?
I can get down with that.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
And I'm not like people be like, oh, that's a bad take. I can see how it would be a bad take, but also I feel like I'm looking at the character, not the movie it's coming from itself. You know?
That's fair. That's really fair.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's my take, anyways. I think the elves suck really bad.
I don't remember the elves, frankly.
Dude, they're bad.
Are they better than the elves in Red One?
Not at all. They're elves and goblins.
Goblins, dude.
Get it right.
Don't they call them? Oh, right, because elf is the name of the
Yeah. It's a ELF.
ELF.
What did that even stand
like
for?
Enhancement, logistics, and fortification, or
something like that. You got it. That sounds right. No, but okay, I want to hear your take on my take.
Okay. I would have had a very different take on your take if we had recorded this before the Polar Express pod. I'm not even going to lie to you. But I'm okay with it. I think that's totally valid. And what you were saying about needing the anticipation to build, that's so fair. Because Santa is like a mysterious figure, and something about my favorite Santa in Elf is that he just kind of pops up. Yeah,
he's not like super centric in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that makes the Santa Claus movies so bad is because it literally follows Santa Claus.
Yeah. It removes all the mystery.
You need to have some mystery from that. And that's why I think maybe minus Klaus, I think like Red One does that pretty well as well. They build the anticipation. He's not in the movie a whole lot. I mean, like you see him, but he's like...
Every time that he comes on the screen, they make it like a hell yeah moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Which is crazy because it's a Christmas movie.
But. Exactly. But I think, yeah, it just gave me like such a sense of wonder as a kid.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, like if I had to picture Santa Claus, it would be him. Like he looks like the Santa Claus that's on like the Coca-Cola bottles.
Yeah, dude. Did you know that like Coca-Cola like single-handedly invented the Santa Claus image?
I know. I heard a little like do you know more about that? Cuz I know very little.
Usually I do know more about this kind of stuff. I know that
didn't he used to be like green?
Yeah. And as far as I know, Coca-Cola was really trying to like Christmas was their best-selling time.
Yeah.
And they were trying to like they really put their everything into marketing towards Christmas. So they were like,
I see.
Let's get a guy who matches our color scheme.
Oh, dude, that's so smart.
It is.
It works
Pepsi
too.
never caught up.
Dude, it really works.
Yeah. Cause
what would Pepsi do? Like Hanukkah?
Yeah, Hanukkah.
Dude, Pepsi has to like make like a
Pepsi
Hanukkah
mensch.
Equivalent Santa. What would it even be?
You know better than I do. I'm not even saying that.
I know. We don't really celebrate Hanukkah.
That's
like
fair.
We used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. That's kind of my take. He has an aura around him, and I think Santa should have aura. And the Red One Santa had aura.
Red One Santa.
He was getting his aura taken away.
Bro was like getting the aura sucked out of his skin. It was super upsetting to an extent.
Yeah, I'm now trying to think what I think my least favorite Santa is. I do think it. I feel like I could think of one worse than the Santa Claus.
Mine, far and away, is like I said, Christmas with the Cranks. It's such a cop out at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like it's not even part of the plot. It's just like, You know those family movies where at the end one of the characters like flies into the camera and winks and then the credits start? It's one of those.
Okay.
But it's a character that's completely unjustified to be Santa Claus. It's just this weird little creep that happens to know everybody. And it's like, oh, he knows everyone because he's Santa Claus. Get it? It's so dumb.
Well, I was actually trying to think as well, and I was going to mention this on the Santa Claus origin pod, was I don't know necessarily if, like, less context to the Santa or more context is better. Because I feel like more context can be better, but I feel like when you hit a certain barrier of, like, how much you're giving, like, a backstory to him, then it can become rocky.
This is why Red One... Not to glaze, but this is why Red One was so phenomenal. Was because you would get more and more tidbits about Santa, and you'd think you were all caught up, and then all of a sudden they drop some new lore on you.
Yeah, although they explained like he's like old and immortal, they never like explained why or like where he came from.
Even their explanation of why Santa has to do it is very like vague and ambiguous.
Yeah,
in what I thought was a good way.
For sure.
Like you don't understand. The Rock was saying to Chris Evans, like, you don't understand. He is like the only person that can do this job because he's him. Is essentially what he was saying. Yeah,
which I think that works. I think that hit the perfect sweet spot of enough context and not enough.
Right.
And where it hits that kind of like in between that makes it work.
I think in every good story where you're kind of learning more about a big figure, you need a moment where when you're learning something, eventually the bad stuff starts coming out. And that's what kind of like the Krampus storyline felt like.
For sure.
It was like, oh, he has beef with his adopted brother who's kind
like
of
demon.
Satan. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, but like I also think that the reason the Polar Express I feel like still hits that bar, but it definitely is on the lower context side. I think because like when you look at Red One, there's adults in that film, right?
Yeah.
Like the main character
Mostly
adults.
all adults.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you think of things a little bit more logistically versus the Polar Express is mostly kids and there doesn't really need to be an explanation.
Right.
And I think for that it works.
Yeah.
You know?
Like for Polar Express, I am 100% more willing to like not forgive, that's the wrong word, but like allow a certain element of mystery and intrigue because they're kids.
For sure.
And in Red One, it'd be a lot dumber if they were like adults and they were still perplexed by the mysteries of Christmas. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I do like the way they went about it, like saying like,
and that's one
Santa deniers, you know?
Right, like Santa atheists.
You're a level 4 naughty lister.
Level 4 naughty lister is crazy.
Or did he say D4 naughty lister?
It's either D4 or level 4 because I remember he corrects him.
Yeah.
Because he says one of those and then he corrects him to the other. Actually, it's D4. But no, it's level 4 because we were saying D4 in the theme.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, yeah, I love that because The Rock is dealing with an adult, he doesn't have to explain Christmas like to a child. He gives him the very like.
He's like, oh, you just don't want to believe.
Yeah, he's giving him like the inside baseball explanation of how Christmas works.
Yeah.
Because he's an adult, and that's really cool. I like that about Red One.
One thing that you were mentioning where you're saying that like to the kids, Santa is very like jolly.
Yeah.
Soft and like caring. I think, and I'm just going to pull this back one more time to Polar Express. I think besides the fact that like he visually just looks soft because it's like kind of blown out because he's actually glowing.
Right.
I think you don't need the like sternness from that side because you are following the lead character and he's a kid. So you're going to see the kid perspective of things. Therefore, the kid perspective of Santa Claus. You don't need that other side for that film.
Right, exactly.
Because that other side of the film isn't necessary. Because it would take the magic out of it.
It would. It would for sure.
But yeah, do you have any other Santa Claus related?
No, I'm just
comments.
I feel like
concerns.
Concerns. Santa. No, I feel like cinema hasn't gotten its peak Santa yet. I feel like it just hasn't.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like it might not be another 100 years, but one day there will be like a Santa that everybody's like, oh, that's the Santa.
Because I looked up like a bunch of different Christmas movies for this and like made a list of like the ones I've seen that have Santa in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, I'm like, surely there's a better Santa.
That kind of makes me want to write a Santa movie, dude, or like a Christmas on set movie. We go find Santa,
Dude.
go fund me.
Wait, that'd be, dude, good concept. We like steal a mall Santa.
We steal a mall Santa.
We
That's
steal a
great.
mall Santa.
And then kidnap Zori.
Well, no. Santa nap.
Santa nap.
Like
That's great.
like J.K. Simmons in Red One.
Chris nap.
He was taking a Santa nap
Dude, it's
the entire time.
honk shua.
Hunk Shua. I think that's it.
That's
but,
it.
Well, thank you guys so much for sticking with us for this episode
Mm-hmm.
of Podmas. I don't know what order these are coming out in. We don't know. So this could be the last one, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Or if it's the last one, not. But
yeah.
we don't know. So.
all right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you shortly.
Merry
Peace.
Podmas.
Merry Podnica.
Podnica.
What was the other one?
I said Mazel Pod.
Mazel Pod.
Mazel Pod.